In this lesson, we're going to go through the features used to create the part that we showed in the last lesson. We'll go through some of these features in great detail. So let's get started. I'm going to open a brand new part file from an Infinite Skills part template. There are three different ways that the base flange tool can be used. The first way is to use an open sketch, and I'll just demonstrate that here with simple sketch. This will be an open sketch, so the endpoints will be not connected to one another. So with a sketch of this sort, you can take a base flange and drag it out in one direction or make it a mid-plane extrusion. And SOLIDWORKS creates a sheet metal part from that with multiple panels and a couple of bends already built in. We can flatten this out just to prove that it's sheet metal, and SOLIDWORKS is applying the bend lines to the part in the flat pattern. I'll make another new part here and demonstrate the second way in which you can use a base flange. And for this, I'll make a center point rectangle and put some dimensions on this. And from here, with this closed loop sketch, we can now use the base flange again, but this just makes a single panel. Notice that the base flange property manager enables me to input all of the default information for this sheet metal part. All of this default information is saved in the sheet metal feature. If you're familiar with previous releases of SOLIDWORKS, just note that there are some cosmetic differences to how sheet metal features are displayed in the feature manager with 2013. Going back to the previous part, if we return this from the flat pattern to the formed up piece, the third use for the base flange is to create a tab. And a tab is just an extension of an existing panel without any bends. So the base flange / tab feature allows us to create either a base flange with an open sketch or a base flange with a closed sketch, a single panel, or a tab which is an extension of an existing panel without any bends. I'll move back to the single panel base flange because we're going to use this one to move forward with the rest of the sheet metal part design. There's a technique that you can use that was developed for sheet metal that makes it easy to start sketching in a sheet metal part. I'm going to select one of the edges on this part and then open a sketch. SOLIDWORKS automatically creates a plane perpendicular at the endpoint of that edge and opens a sketch. And now I'll start sketching a flange that I want to travel around three sides of the part. With this, now I'll add some dimensions. And with this, I'll insert what's called a miter flange. This miter flange automatically picks up the first edge, but it allows me to bring it around to the rest of the edges of the part. Now, I want to point out something. Because the sketch was attached to the top edge, and the second edge selected was also the top edge, if I select the bottom edge, SOLIDWORKS gives me the warning that says the edge is on the wrong face. So I have to make sure that I'm selecting the consistent edge all the way around. Now, in this case, I only want to take the miter flange around three sides, but it will go around all four sides of the part. I just wanted to make sure to demonstrate that, even though I'm only going to use three, that it will do all four. There are several settings that are a part of every sheet metal feature. One is the default bend radius. You have the option of using a radius other than the default for each feature. Also, the flange position. Notice that the position of the material that's added in relation to the bend can be changed. So in this case, the bend would be completely outside. Here, the material only would be outside. And here, the material would be completely inside. Also, the gap distance refers to the gap between the panels of sheet metal in the formed up corners. And I also want to show an option that's available with the start and end offset. For example, I can back the flanges off of the end of the sheet metal by various amounts. You can also control custom bend allowance information and custom relief types if that's necessary. In this part, there are no reliefs needed. Notice that the plane that was created is shown here in the Feature Manager. We can hide this if you like. The next feature I'd like to add is probably the most commonly used feature in SOLIDWORKS sheet metal, and that's the edge flange. If you pre-select an edge and then click on the edge flange icon, you can drag the edge flange to whatever distance or direction you want. You can even use a vertex on the existing model to set up the length. The default is 90 degrees, but you can change that if you like. Say 60 degrees is an option. And again, we have the flange position settings. Let's change this angle back to 90 degrees and take a closer look at the flange position. In this case, the selected edge is shown right here, and you can see that it's coincident with the inside face of the material. That corresponds to the material outside option. If we change this to the material inside option, notice that the material outside face is now coincident with the selected edge. Also, if I select the bend outside, that means that the bend and all the new material is added onto the selected edge. You can also measure the bend from a virtual sharp if you wanted to extend the bend to some extent, and you could measure the distance to a tangent bend, which is often used in non-90 degree bends. So in this case, I'm just going to use the material outside option. Also in this case, we have no side bends, so this option can't be demonstrated in this case. One of the other options that's available in the Edge Flange Property Manager is the ability to edit the flange profile. Notice that there is no sketch involved in this feature to this point. I just grabbed the edge and pulled it down. If I edit the flange profile, now there is a sketch involved. I can grab the side of the flange and pull it back. I could add some additional sketched features and make other sketching changes in this flange profile. When I'm done making the changes that I need to make, I need to come back to this dialog box for the profile sketch, make sure that my sketch is valid, and then click the Finish button. Next, I want to add another tab feature. And so I'll draw a line that comes off of here and draw an arc that comes back to the main part and close the sketch. I also want to make sure that this arc is set up properly. And I could add some dimensions here, although that's not necessary. Okay, and when that sketch is completed, I can just click on the base flange/tab and accept all the defaults. Now notice that one of the things I added here was a curved edge. There was a reason for that. It's because I want to use an edge flange and include in that edge flange a curved edge. We created this before. I just wanted to make sure that I demonstrated how to use it. So you have to have an existing curved edge in order to do it.